about these kinds of things and help them process the world around them.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here today.
Yes, thank you for doing that. So, just to kick it off, I'll just jump in. So, obviously, there's with the increase of the internet and the pandemic and being at home more, there's more bullying online. So, how can this kind of thing? How does that impact a child's mental health?
Yeah, I mean, each kid responds differently to bullying, but for some children, we know it can be what we call an adverse childhood experience. It's traumatic, and that means it impacts their mental health as a child, but it also impacts them into adulthood. You know, we can see kids be impacted, their self-esteem, their self-identity. They'll start to show withdrawal. They don't want to go to school or they don't want to interact with kids. And then our concern is, you know, school failure and not making those healthy social relationships. So a lot of impacts in the moment and then again as they grow into adults.
And so how as a parent, for parents watching or for kids who want to try to talk to their parents about this, how as a parent can you talk to your kids about this kind of thing?
I think that's the most important thing is the parent, the caregiver, the adults really is the modeling starting there. Kids learn by watching us, by listening. And so if we as adults are making negative comments of others, especially those that are others that are different from us, making fun of people, judging, kids are learning and they learn that that's okay. So we have to model those kind behaviors towards others. And then teaching kids about emotions and how our behaviors impacts others, how they feel, right? Building that empathy in children so that they understand whatever you do is going to impact how someone feels. And then you mentioned this earlier, the importance of standing up to bullying. So talking to kids how they can do that safely, how they can help someone if they're being bullied in a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine and experience there's so much confusion around how to even process these kinds of things. What do you do? So I think the resources you guys have, it's amazing because there's all those answers. They have to go find them and there's support and you guys want to support. So how, because there can be specific bullying that is specific to race or ethnic background, how can that impact children in the long run? For people, kids listening, or for adults are sort of trying to process the long-term impacts, what effect does that have?
Yeah, I mean, kids will be bullied when they're kind of different than the majority group, whether race, their cultural background, their sexual identity, or income status, just being different, right? And so adults, we can teach kids about those differences and going beyond the we're all different and different is good and here's how we're the same, but talking about, look, because people, you know, let's say the way they look, their race, they're different, they're going to be treated unfairly. Kids understand the concept of fairness and talking about like someone may be treated unfairly just because of the color of their skin and building that understanding and empathy so that children know that this is what some experience. For families who are of those backgrounds, there's this thing called racial ethnic socialization where it's teaching children about their race, about their culture, building up that sense of pride in their background, we know is really protective when it comes to bullying. But then also preparing them for, look, you are going to experience racism or discrimination, and here's how you respond. And like you mentioned, and on our sleeves, we have a lot of examples of how adults can talk to children about that, and it's all free for people to look at and learn from.
Great. So let's say you're a parent and your child is being bullied. I think we've probably already covered this question, but are there any other things you can specifically give to parents to help them navigate that kind of situation? Because I'm sure the knee-jerk reaction, if your kid is being bullied, of course you feel, I mean, it's the worst feeling in the world. So what is an effective way of reacting to that?
Yeah, you're right. It's we want to be protective of children, and at the same time, part of our job as adults is to teach them how to respond to situations like this, because they'll continue to experience difficult situations in life. So one of the things adults can do is teach kids assertiveness skills. So how do I tell someone to stop? No, I don't like that, in a way where I have a confident body language, I'm making eye contact, my tone of voice is even, I'm not emotionally reacting. And you can practice that at home with your children, have a little role play at home. But then also teaching kids that bullies, they want a reaction out of you. So if you stay emotionally calm, even if on the inside you don't feel it, and just walk away, find a group of kids to stand around, stand close to an adult, just finding that strength in numbers, that can be really helpful. If it's a chronic problem where kids are bullied a lot, having a plan with the school can be really helpful. Who is the trusted adult? Who are the peers that the kid is going to go to? How can we keep close monitoring? Just making sure that the school's aware too.
And what about if you're a bully?
That's a really good question, because
or suspect that may be the case.
Right. We want to not just worry about the kid being bullied, but we want to think about the kids who are bullying, to think more about preventing these situations, right? And a lot of the times, if a kid is bullying, it's because something is going on internally, or they're experiencing something themselves too. So it is important that we talk to the bully, we check in with the bully, and find out, is it that you're looking for that peer acceptance? Is it that you're trying to control others? Are you being bullied? Are you witnessing something at home? And so we really have to check in with the bully and understand where the behavior is coming from, and then teaching them, as I mentioned earlier, that empathy, how their behavior is impacting others, and really praising them when you notice positive social interactions, and working with them over time patiently to get them to that positive social response.
Great. And you guys are amazing. On our site, you guys can go follow their account, especially because what they do, is they have all these things in place, free resources, videos, information. If you need those kinds of things, it's all available to you. So follow them. Go to their website. Also, you guys, they have these like cards. And you can buy them, and it's a charitable donation, or for free in Spanish or English. You can download these cards. So tell me how to use these.
So we call them the conversation starters.
Okay.
One of the best ways to support a child and their mental health is talking with them. But, we just did a national survey, and we talked to over 2,000 parents, and they said, great, yeah, I know that I have to talk to my child, and this is important. But 59% said, I don't know where to start. I need help. And so that's what these conversation starters are. They're questions that you can practice every day, asking a new question to your child. And some of them are just fun, like what was the best part of your day? If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? But then we have some that are specific to mental health. What do you do when you're sad? Who's your best support? What do they do? How are you brave today? And then we also have, yeah, so what does that one say?
What do you think is your first memory? That's really fun.
Yeah, so then you get to know your child a little bit, and just really, it's all about building habits. On our sleeves is all about promoting mental wellness, and starting from the moment a child is born, and building those good relationships and habits between the child and the adult.
Great. Thank you so much, Doctor. And you guys check out On Our Sleeves Official. That's their Instagram. Go to their website. And if anyone is struggling with anything like this. Parents, kids, please go check out their resources. They have resources in every state, all different kinds, and you know, look out in school if you're. I know I have some younger followers, and keep an eye out on everyone. Just take care of you.
Yeah. You know, I mentioned earlier strength in numbers. So if you ever see a child that is being bullied, you don't necessarily have to put yourself in danger or stand up to the bully. Just asking the kid to walk over. Hey, come over here, and walking away, going somewhere again where there's a large group, but helping that person exit the situation is one of the best things that you can do.
Great. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you. I appreciate you chatting with us.
Of course.
Happy Mental Health Month.
That's right. Bye, guys.
Bye.